doing? This is Love Marlene 411, your channel for trauma healing and some just positive support because over here we focus on the relationship that you have with yourself for it to be happy and healed. And when you have a healed self, you can give a healed self to every relationship that you have. So today's conversation is about knowing that we have the choice. When it's your season to heal, it's your season to heal. But we each have to make that decision that I'm going to choose to be healed today. I'm going to choose to let go of things. And don't get me wrong, everybody. Hey, Shay, how are you doing? Don't get me wrong, everybody. Healing from things is some of the hardest work that you can ever do because as human beings, we don't always want to let go. We don't always want to forgive people. We want to be angry. We want to be upset. We want to sit in it. We want to find ways to get revenge over people. But when I tell you, when it's your season to heal, whether a person wants to forgive you is irrelevant. We are the ones that make the choice. I'm going to forgive this person. And not that we forget, but we forgive so that we're not going to hate them. We're not going to harbor resentment, and we're not going to seek to get revenge against them. That's so important. Every single one of you. Trauma healing, when people do things to us, and we know all the cutthroat things that people do. Maybe your ex romantically, maybe an alleged friend, your relatives, anybody in your life that has ever brought you pain or hurt, stabbed you in the back, did something to you. We ultimately are the ones to say when it's time to forgive. And it's a healing process. Do need to have your time where you're upset and how dare they and why did they do this to me? But how long are you going to stay in that space? How long will you allow yourself to be in that disruptive, dysfunctional, angry space? We are the ones that have to allow ourselves to heal. We are the ones that have to allow ourselves to let go. Hey, realist. Hi, Aquib. So that's the thing that I want to say to every single one of us. Each of us deserves healing, peace, and forgiveness. And forgiveness is not just for the people that has hurt us. Forgiveness is for ourselves. When we stay in that space of anger, when we stay in the space of letting whatever they did dominate our whole life, then we're going to be miserable. So we have to give ourselves the permission to heal from backstabbing, from maybe if somebody cheated on you, disrespected you, didn't support you. There's so many things that we have to forgive people for. And it's not that we forgive them because what they did was right. And it doesn't mean that we forgive them so that they can stay in our life, but we forgive them so that we can be in the space to say, I forgive you. I am not angry. And everything that is meant to be for me, I can reach out and grab it because I'm not in this space of anger. There's no hostility. There's no resentment. There's none of that. We have to want to be in that space of emptying ourselves or carrying all of that on our back, all of that on our heart. Yes. What about forgiving ourselves? Yes. And that is another thing too as well. When it comes to us, we have to make that choice. Healing is a personal matter. It's a private matter. It can't be rushed, and it has to be when you are ready to do it. It could be years later. I know that I'm recently forgiving somebody for something that happened probably 9 or 10 years ago, but I'm finally able to process it. I'm finally able to say, I don't feel like, choking them up. I don't feel like getting revenge. I'm not in that space anymore. And you can't get there until you want to be there. And also the same thing, when it comes to us and the choices that we make. We don't always make perfect choices because we're not perfect people, and that's okay. One thing that I had to come to that space of circling back is that, yes, it's important to forgive other people, but it's important, it's essential that I forgive myself so I can have peace of mind, so I can have joy, so that I don't take my unresolved issues out on the people that I really care about. And we don't even know when we're doing it. Because if you're carrying whatever pain, heaviness on your back, on your heart, maybe a conversation that you haven't had, or things didn't end how you wanted it to end, or whatever the thing is that somebody did to you, we are the ones that have to make the choice to say, I forgive them and I forgive myself. So let's let healing take place in our life. Don't let other people who say, "Oh, I would never forgive them." They're not in your shoes. The more you heal, the more you love yourself, the more you want peace in your life. You have to let go of trying to control what other people did. And you also have to see yourself as a human being. I forgive myself for when I didn't do right. I forgive myself for when I didn't love myself the best way. I forgive myself for when I didn't listen, even though I knew that wasn't a good decision, and I made it anyways. All of that is a personal choice. Hi, King Bruno. How are you doing? Yes, Shay. Forgiving self is very important. And I can't tell you guys how much I have peace now. That I can sleep at night, that I'm not finding ways, I'm not trying to scheme to get back at somebody. I'm not trying to, sit back and laugh. Oh, trying to watch other people and see what they're doing. Oh, because it becomes an obsession. You become obsessed with revenge and they did this. Oh, and look at them now. Let that go. Let that go. What people do in the dark, it will always come to the light. People will always get back the same or worse for what they did to you, but we're not going to vibrate in that space of trying to, I got to get them back. I got to see what's going on. No, you don't. You can let that go. Let them do what they're doing over there, and you're going to do what you're doing over here. And that's why I said healing has to want to take place in your life. You have to be ready for it. You have to be mature enough to handle it. Because I know when I was younger, in my teens, in my early 20s, all I wanted to do is beat them up. All I want to do is, how can I bring some physical harm? I want them to suffer like I suffered, like they made me suffer. But as you mature, as you grow, as you come into your own, as you become more responsible, as you start to look at yourself and say, look at me, I make mistakes too. I don't always do the right thing. Look, I hurt this person. Oh, that wasn't nice. The more that you come into that space of looking at your own self in the mirror and you say, I make mistakes too. That's when you can say, you know what? I don't agree with what they did. I don't like what they did, but I forgive them because you know what? I need forgiveness too for myself, for what I do to other people. Even sometimes we hurt people and we don't even know we hurt them. We don't even know we hurt people. A thoughtless word, a look, you know, saying things that we ought not to, gossiping. There's a lot of things that we do on a day to day basis that you don't even know that you need to be forgiven for. Okay, come on, somebody. Let's see what's going on in the. I know that's right. Well, we're the ones that have to say, I want peace. And for me, my peace is bigger than that, whatever it is that they did to me. My peace is so important to me. My peace is so essential to me. How I feel about myself is more important. And I had to learn to check my ego. I had to learn that I don't always have to be right. I can't control what other people say. Humble yourself. Humility is a very important pill for us to swallow. Not stepping ahead of people, not judging other people for what, but also looking at ourselves. I do wrong on a regular basis. I need forgiveness. And that, if you let that dominate your life, that I'm in need of forgiveness, so I have to forgive other people as well. Okay? Yes. That's a different form of healing when you have no desire to get that payback. That's when you know you've healed, Shay. That's when you know you've healed loved ones. When you are not trying to get a payback. Like, when you have gotten to the space of healing, when you say, not only I forgive you, but you can tell other people, I wish you nothing but blessings. When you can let people go in peace. When you want people to win and succeed, even if you don't want to deal with them anymore. When you want blessings over people's life, because guess what? Because I want blessings over mine. You see, it's a different vibration when you grow, when you heal, when you learn, when you're positive, when you forgive yourself, you are also able to forgive other people. Let me tell you, it hits different when it applies to you. You say, when the shoe fits, wear it. And yes, realists, it is a process, but it can be done. Yes, it can. Yes. And when you learn how to be unaffected by other people, we unlock a superpower. Yes, that's so true. When I see other people doing things and I don't like it, before I used to get so consumed. Why are they doing that? And getting myself so angry. That's not my business. That's not my life. I'm not in their shoes. I don't know what they're going through. This is not up to me to judge them. I go through all of those processes and I said, Marlene, mind your business. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know their level of personal growth. You don't know what they're carrying, why they're angry, why they're sad, why they, just always want to go for the jugular with everybody they meet, because you don't know what they're going through. You don't know the amount of people that have hurt them. And you know how the saying goes, hurt people hurt people. But guess what? The opposite is true. Healed people heal people. And that's the vibration that I'm in right now, because I have finally come to the space where I'm healing myself. I'm working on me. I love myself. I also want people to be healed, to be happy, to be at peace, to love themselves. I want you all to be blessed, because I'm trying my best to be blessed too. Yes. Same. I wanted to put these hands. Oh, yes, Shay. You want to put your hands on people for sure. But when you grow, you're not going to do those things, right? Hey, Delvin. How are you doing? Blessings. Yes, and it's the truth, everybody. And I just wanted to come in with this motivation and to say that to every single one of you, that healing, peace, forgiveness, it is your portion. But you're the one that makes the decision when you're going to let that go, when you're going to give people the benefit of the doubt, when you say, no, I'm not going to deal with this person or that person, because we do outgrow relationships. And I think I'm going to save that for another conversation, outgrowing relationships. I'll save that for the next one. But I did want to say to all of you, I wish you healing today, tomorrow, forever, and always, because this healing journey is an ongoing thing. Even if you've started on the journey, even if you've done some of the inner work, we always need to apply some of that soothing, calming salve to ourself. You know, be patient with yourself, be compassionate with yourself, but also remember to be patient and compassionate with other people. We can't expect to get healing and peace and forgiveness if we are not applying it to ourselves first. Thank you so much, Shay, for the floating heart. Yes. Yeah, you could just got to leave them alone. So I just wanted to say to everybody, you too can have peace today. You know, I've been working on one thing at a time to heal. Some things that really grinded your gears when you really feel like somebody really took that knife and really backstabbed you. A cheater, a disrespectful person, a liar, a thief, a manipulator, a control freak, someone who just did something that was so grimy, so hurtful, so evil to you. But guess what? This is what we don't want to swallow. You have also done some mean, nasty, grimy things yourself. So when you really stand in that space and take ownership, I do wrong, I hurt people, so I need to also forgive people as well. It goes on both sides, okay? So thanks so much everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate every single one of you. And let me write that down, that we're going to be talking about that topic on the next one. What's today? Monday. I'm going to try my best on Wednesday. We're going to vibe at this about the same time, about five something. 5 o'clock, 5:30. We're gonna vibe on this topic, and go a little bit further. But I did want to tell you guys, this channel is all about trauma healing and applying self-compassion and forgiveness and setting boundaries and doing all of those things, because you know what we say over here: when you heal your own self, you're able to show up healed, happy, and at peace. And I wish that for every single one of you. May healing take place in your life. May peace take place in your life. May you overflow in abundance of blessings. But to get to that space, we also must forgive and heal ourselves and forgive and heal for others. I'm Love Marlene 411, and I will tap in on the next one. Bye bye, everybody.